Hey guys, what's up? This is Jesse. In this tutorial we're going to do jQuery Ajax Post, and just start out as usual. You include your library, and we just have a document ready function, and down in the body let's just create a div. I'm just going to say div ID equals content and close the div, and that's where we'll output stuff. I'm just going to do style equals border 1 pixel solid red so that we know where it is, and I guess we'll say yeah, let's just leave it like that. Okay, and then we're going to make a form, and we'll just say form and end the form, and let's make a input button. Input type equals text, and the name, let's just call it name, and let's do another one and call it age, and let's do a submit button, and whoops, okay, and let's give the form an ID of form. Just in case we had other forms on the page, we want to call this by the ID, and I'll just pop name, age, and a line break. Boom, boom. Okay, so refresh, and we have this name, age, submit, and there's our div up there. And alright, let's get started. So jQuery Post, we're going to want that to happen on an event that we submit the form, so we're going to do ID of form dot submit function, and let's just do alert 1 as always, make sure it's working. Okay, looks good. And now for the post. To do post, it's a lot like get. You just do dot post, and this will be the URL, and then we do a function for the callback. And for the URL, you're going to use probably a separate page. I'll do that in a second. First, we want to take care of function, and the data that goes inside here between these brackets is what's going to come from this URL. So this data lines up with whatever the URL gives us back. So we're going to say content dot HTML data, and we're going to put the data from the URL into there. Okay. And one thing we also want to do is when we submit the form, if you click this, it refreshes the page, but we want to return false, so that when we click the form, it's not going to reload the page, it's just going to do the Ajax. So let's make a new page, and this will have PHP code in it, and I'll just save this as php.php. Let's just do print our post. Okay, let me reload this document so I get the colors. There we go. And for the URL, we're going to do php.php. Okay, and right now it's not going to do anything because it's not passing anything into the form. Like, you can click this and we just get an array. You see, if we fill in these forms, it doesn't do anything, and that parameter goes right here afterwards. You can do like little brackets here and say name, Jesse, and age 25, and refresh, submit, and we have an array here. Okay, so to do the form, I think the best way to do it is to serialize it, and that'll give you all these things, all these fields in the form automatically. So what we would do, we would say form dot serialize, and what serializing does is kind of like the URL when you're ever like this up here. Okay, so let's pop this into the post instead of just our predefined values. and get rid of that little line there. So now this will serialize the form for us and put it in the post. Okay, so refresh and just type this. So the name of the input item, this which is name, is going to be the associative array's name, and the value is whatever's inside the form. So what's cool about this is you could just add more fields, and let's just say height and weight, height and weight, and refresh, and let's say name Jesse, age 26, 25. I'm almost 26. All right. Height 6'4", weight 500 pounds, and submit. And now we have this data to work with. That's really useful because what we could actually do is, if we know the names of the fields, which you should, which are name, age, height, weight, you'd say post name. It was age, weight, height, and height. Okay, so we'd have these, and you can do whatever you want. You could do a query to insert data, and you have to know PHP to do this, obviously, or some other server-side language. And we can return something. Let's say return it worked. Let's do an if is set. So if is set post, or let's do if it's not empty. If not empty post, then you grab all these posts, else return it didn't work. Okay, and if you wanted to do a DB, you do all the stuff here. You could return errors. So let's see what happens. We refresh, click, looks like nothing's happening. The return isn't working, sorry, you have to echo it. Okay, echo, submit, it worked. I guess post is being set, so that's a pretty lousy example, but hopefully this gives you an idea of how to do this. You can also do JSON encoding, and you just put comma JSON afterwards, and you have to I believe JSON decode in PHP, and to send it back you do JSON encode. Okay, so you'd return like JSON encode, and if you're doing that, your data, you could do it like html.data.age plus data.weight, and that's maybe I'll do another tutorial on JSON if I get the time, and that stands for JavaScript Object Notation. Alright, thanks for watching.